Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Abnormal Voyages. My name is David, and today we find ourselves in San Francisco, California. As you can see behind me, we find ourselves at the Golden Gate Bridge. This is just one of several awesome things in this city. So tag along as we explore the city by the bay.
We're going to a place that you've never heard of before. It's Abnormal Voyages. You're gonna learn something new. We're gonna open new doors. It's Abnormal Voyages.
An iconic sight that you definitely don't want to miss is San Francisco's Painted Ladies. Behind me are the most popular ones. This is Postcard Row. These are the Seven Sisters. These were, of course, made popular by the sitcom Full House, but have actually been around since the Victorian days. These gorgeous houses are actually a product of the California Gold Rush. With so much money coming into the city, the builders wanted to show off a little bit, so they built these grand houses with all the turrets and windows and just pure opulence for everyone to admire. Today, these houses stand tall as an icon of this city. They also go for a pretty iconic price. The most recent sale of one was for $3.5 million. But enough about houses. Let's go down to the bay. One of the most popular spots in the city is Fisherman's Warf. This historic area has not only delicious food, but amazing shopping and surprises behind every corner. Let's see what we can find. There's a lot to take in at Fisherman's Wharf, but the true hub of activity is probably here at Pier 39. This pier is right at the heart of the tourist activity of San Francisco and is the place to go if you want to grab something to eat or maybe shop around a bit for some San Francisco souvenirs. In a way, this section almost feels like a small bit of a theme park just thrown right next to the water. There's a local farmer's market that takes place some mornings where you can get some nice fresh fruit. Or stop by one of these unusual places like Hot Licks to get your hot sauce fixes in. There was the San Francisco Sock Market. You know you gotta love something with a pun like that as a title. Or perhaps you'd even like to stop by Lefty's San Francisco Left-Handed Store, which very much takes inspiration from Ned Flanders' Leftorium in The Simpsons. And while shopping, it can never hurt to start stocking up on all those Christmas presents. Stop in here at Christmas in San Francisco to get your fix. Then you can take a ride on this awesome double-decker 2-story carousel. At the edge of the pier, away from the shops, the view of the bay simply can't be beat. You can look out and see Alcatraz out there in the water, and then all the surrounding areas with the gorgeous water. And it's not only humans who love Pier 39, but it has become home to quite a large amount of sea lions. These cuddly fellas started showing up in 1989. Nobody's really sure why, but ever since then, they just kept coming back. It does fluctuate in time of day and season of how many sea lions you may actually spy, but the record of the biggest group that they've ever seen there is 1,700 sea lions. That is quite a lot. They've certainly become a fan favorite staple of the area though, and you can even get online and watch the Sea Lion webcam wherever you are to check out and see how they're doing. But all this walking around has made me hungry, so let's grab a snack. Now, when talking about things that San Francisco is well known for, you can't leave out sourdough bread. Here at Boudin Bakery, they've been making sourdough since the 1800s, and it is supposedly some of the best in the entire world. Let's check it out. Hailed as the oldest continuously operating business in San Francisco, this bakery has been cooking up sourdough since 1849. Legend goes that during the gold rush days, they managed to get their hands on a very special starter dough. This mother dough had microbes in it that were specific only to San Francisco. It is the only place they grow for this very specific climate, and they've been using that same mother dough ever since. That means all the bread you have here is coming from the mother dough that is over 150 years old. All right, so we've got our sourdough bread, and of course, I had to go for the sea turtle. It seemed very appropriate for being in the Bay City. I'll put the bag right there. We're just going to try a little bit real quick, just to get an idea of what makes this sourdough taste so good. All right. I'll just take one of his flippers. I'm sure he won't mind. Oh man, that is some good bread. But we can't have too much. There's still a lot to see here in San Francisco. Come on. The Warf has plenty more to see, but for right now, we're going to actually head deeper into the city. We are now in Chinatown. The Chinatown here in San Francisco is one of the oldest established ones in the entire United States. Kind of a hidden gem that we've stumbled upon here is the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory. The fortune cookie actually was not invented in China, but rather here in the Bay Area. So you know, we had to go in and learn all about it. Come on. This unassuming little shop has been operating here since 1962. So you know they've got their fortune cookie making down to a science. Once inside, you can actually watch the cookies being made, and every single one is crafted by hand. After the batter is cooked, it comes by on this little conveyor belt, and someone takes it off and actually folds it into that iconic cookie shape. This is also when the paper fortunes are going to be added in, so they're actually folded right into the cookie. Surprisingly, with only 1 or 2 people working, they still manage to make about 10,000 fortune cookies per day. That's a lot of fortunes. And before you leave, you gotta make sure to check out their Wall of Fame, where you can see plenty of pro athletes and celebrities that have come by in their day just to check out and see how fortune cookies are made. Alright, well, we've got a whole bag of goodies here now. Let's check out what we've got. So, something that was really awesome that they threw in, these are incomplete cookies. These are get cooked up, but they're not folded yet, but still very delicious. Really good. But of course, what we came for was the actual cookies. We got one in our very cool little box. Perfectly folded. Let's see. Crack that open. Oh, and wow, what a great fortune that is. Watch Abnormal Voyages. You better listen to the cookie. And what better place to end our San Francisco tour than Ghirardelli Square? This is the location where the famous Ghirardelli got its start, and though the factory is no longer here, they still have the chocolate experience. Let's get inside. Back in 1893, this entire area was purchased to build it up into the headquarters of the Ghirardelli Chocolate Company. For over 60 years, the Ghirardelli Company made and sold chocolate out of this very area. However, once they moved, people knew that the square had to stay as an iconic location, so it was bought and luckily saved for future generations. Though chocolate isn't made here anymore, it can certainly be bought. This is Ghirardelli's main San Francisco store, and they have every flavor you can imagine. There's also some very cool San Francisco specific tins you can buy with different famous locations, and my personal favorite, this San Francisco cable car that is stocked full of chocolate. No matter if you're a newbie to the world of chocolate or an advanced chocolatier, you're going to find something that strikes your sweet tooth here. Then if you head over to the other section, you can see some chocolate being made. This is what they use in-house for the Ghirardelli restaurant, where they have plenty of sweet treats ready to be bought and enjoyed on the premises here. And it's just very relaxing almost to watch these machines churn out the chocolate hour by hour. A great tradition that's still being kept up today.
And here we have it, the world famous Ghirardelli Hot Fudge Sundae. And you know what? Don't worry, I got one for you too. There you go. Now let's dig in. Get a nice scoop of that chocolate and everything. Delicious. Absolutely incredible. You're going to love it. Well, that's all the time we have for today, adventurers. But don't worry, there is so many more things to see here in San Francisco. Stay tuned, and we'll bring them all to you. My name is David, and this has been Abnormal Voyages. Thanks for tagging along. See you in the next one.